Our weekly series, Remembering Our Veterans, sponsored exclusively by UPMC Health Plan, continues tonight. It's the story of an Erie couple, the late Elaine and Claude Sturtevant, telling their story through the eyes of their daughter, Carolyn. She worked for the Library of Congress and participated in a program authorized by Congress, the Veterans History Project. More with her now.
Yeah, that's right. That was happening.
Thinking of her parents just before they passed away brings a tear or two to the eyes of Carolyn Sturtevant. Her dad served in the U.S. Navy from 1944 to 46 and took part in a very selective officer training program.
I don't feel that he saw himself as a great Second World War hero. Didn't have a whole lot to say about that. He never felt that he needed to go to the VA and ask for help for the medical services.
Her mother entered the Hammond Hospital School of Nursing in 1943 as a trainee in the new Congressional Instituted U.S. Cadet Nurse Corps. The government paid for the cadet nurses' tuition and also issued them uniforms.
I saw figures of maybe 7,000 nurses, Army nurses, at the time that Pearl Harbor happened. And then by the end of the war, there were 57,000.
The Friends of the U.S. Cadet Nurses want to give honorary veteran status for the 124,000 U.S. cadet nurses who filled the gaps when so many nurses joined military units.
They came up with what was called the Nurse Training Act that was signed July 1st, 1943 by President Roosevelt.
As part of her assignment with the Veterans History Project, she taped interviews with 6 veterans at the World War II reunion on the Mall. And some of the stories are bone-chilling.
I think of the compassion that a nurse can bring, the compassion that I saw in my mother. Some of the stories are captured in this Your Country Needs You. It has a lot of information. And there's a woman from Warren, Pennsylvania, who was mentioned in here. But some of them talk about seeing a soldier who's calling out to a nurse, "I'm dying, I'm dying." The Army nurse or the military nurse who was there just went over and held his hand and stayed with him until he passed away. So that was sad to them.
And there has been no decisive action taken by Congress over the years on the legislation supported by the Friends group, but they continue to look for support through social media and their website now, uscadetnurse.org. Many feel U.S. Cadet Nurse Corps deserves more than just an audience.